We're about to drop the sickest harmony on the Pet Sounds album.
Oh my god.
Test.
You know it's gonna make it that much better.
New song is
If
called
we can
Cat
say
Show.
goodnight and stay together.
All right.
Okay.
Choose your character.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen from Earth and Beyond. We are Choose Your Character, and we are a comedy podcast where we discuss our favorite things for your entertainment and ours. I'm Mike Marcucci.
I'm Mike Majoli.
I'm Mike Sisto.
I'm Chris Lambert.
And I'm also Chris Lambert.
Yeah, we're three Mikes and a Chris, so we're going to go by our last name. So I'm Marcucci.
I like to go by the silky smooth sounds of Midnight Munch.
Y'all could just call me Sisto.
I guess I'll go by Chris.
Yeah, because no one cares.
Yeah.
We were gonna name
There's
ourselves.
also 3 Mikes and a Chris.
We were gonna name ourselves Mic Drop, but then you had to come and
And then
fuck
we
it
were
all
just
up
like,
for us.
Chris just had to come in.
Yeah, so anyway. So it's to introduce ourselves. My name is Marcucci, obviously. I started this podcast with my friends here to just discuss about the things we love the most.
So I'd like to
Yeah.
mention that
Oh my God.
since he introduced himself, I guess I'll introduce mine. I'll go by Mungie, Midnight Munge, Pirate Mungie, and Cowboy Mungie, depending
Howdy,
on who
Cowboy Mungie.
Yeah, depending who I feel like that week. What else was I going to say for this? I also want to say I'm the only guy that's going to make all the old references that no one will get, so yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. All right.
So what do you want to talk about?
around the table here?
Chris can go first.
All right. Well, my
Chris
name.
needs to get closer to the microphone.
My name
Yeah,
is.
that's why.
Oh, there you go. Well, my name is Chris Lambert. I'm probably just gonna go by Chris since there's 3 mics and then there's no other Chris here.
There's 3 mics and a Chris.
So I mean, I'm kind of here for the same reason. I love video games. I love movies, and hopefully I'll bring something to the table. Even though I'm kind of the cliche video game and movie guy. I mean, the one thing that kind of separates me from the herd is I enjoyed the Venom movie. So
I
hopefully
was
we'll
literally about to say that.
we'll hopefully talk about that at some
Chris
point.
is one of the 7 people that enjoyed the Venom
Believe it or
movie.
not, I'll give a shout out to Brendan because he's always wanting a new podcast. He actually saw this movie and actually liked it too.
Yeah.
So you can add another one to the list because I think there's 2
It's
now.
it's
that I
okay
know
to be
who like
wrong
the
every
Venom.
once in a while.
Oh my god, we're definitely going to talk about that at some point.
So that leaves me. I'm Sisto, and I kind of like just about everything that we're going to talk about, except Game of Thrones. I've never seen an episode, so you just
never-
see me just
we
nod
already,
along.
Like we already discussed, it's okay,
Okay to be wrong.
It's
So-
never too
I never
late.
said I didn't like it. I just said I never
We're
saw an
accepting
episode.
group of people.
Something about incest in the first 3 episodes is just
First
like okay.
Actually, the
you
first
mean the
episode.
you mean the first half hour?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of incest. Incest is wincest, as they say.
Again,
where
this
do
is
they
why my
say
I
parents
that?
have
don't listen to
family
this.
interested in this.
Not anymore, Mike. Not anymore.
If you have family in the South.
So what do you want to talk about
That's-
first? You want to talk about Razzies or do you
Go
want to
on.
talk about Oscars? Let's go from the bottom.
Actually, first I had about the Mortal Kombat reveal that
There we go.
was last week. They had
You
a
all played
press
Mortal
conference.
I played a couple times, but I never actually owned a Mortal Kombat.
It's more of I'm more of a Street Fighter guy.
Yeah, me neither.
I like that kind of art style better than the
So weeb.
All right.
Well,
Let's not go throwing.
They have
Let's not go
Ezio
throwing
as-
fighting words
Oh wait, no,
around.
that's Soul Calibur.
well, the new Soul Calibur had the Geralt from The Witcher. Was that Soul
That's
Calibur?
cool.
No, yeah, that was so
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah, so Soul Calibur always has characters that you wouldn't expect. You're just okay, these are all the characters, and then we have Yoda.
But one
It's
thing
like,
I
oh, okay.
noticed, about this new Mortal Kombat is speaking on Instagram, all these wrestlers just got invited to this debut. And that's what you've been seeing lately is a lot of fighting games having more inclusion with professional wrestling. 'Cause you
Yeah.
started
Hopefully that'll
you know,
come back.
Yeah, like Tekken had like Bullet Club T-shirts going with it. You could dress King up in a Bullet Club T-shirt. I thought that was pretty cool.
I actually haven't played. I think it was the last wrestling game they made for the Wii, and that's all I freaking played.
Well, you're not missing much, considering the newest WWE game on the Switch is like one of the worst ported games.
Really?
It's so bad.
What made it so bad?
Just the refresh rate is so bad.
Yeah.
It runs like garbage. You can't have more than like 5. Like you can't do more than like a triple threat match, or else you're screwed.
Yeah.
Playing that.
So I pulled up on one of our laptops the gameplay reveal they had between the character Baraka, who is a returning
Scary
character.
as fuck.
Yeah,
I might
What
add.
is that?
Dude, the minute I saw that, I was like, that is too realistic to not give me nightmares. And I think that's a testament to just how hard the creators of Mortal Kombat have been working since their last game, which was pretty much a dumpster fire, considering it's chilling in the $10 bins at any GameStop you go into.
Well, it was pretty bad on PC. I heard it was pretty broken, but that was before I even had a computer that was capable of holding that, or handling that.
Oh yeah.
So we're watching the. If you guys haven't seen yet, they dropped a gameplay reveal between Scorpion, who is the poster child for the series, and Baraka, who is returning from MK9. I think he was in the MK3, but my first Mortal Kombat game was Mortal Kombat 9. I'm a newbie.
I'm already liking that.
I'm one of those guys.
So Mortal Kombat's made by the same people that make Injustice. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you can definitely see the improvements between those two games, the newest Injustice and Mortal Kombat. You can definitely see where they've taken the constructive criticism and just upgraded everything. Like it looks so much more fluid than 10 in so many ways.
I spent this year catching up actually on Injustice, like the comics, and Injustice 2, which I think actually ended in October.
Yeah,
that's how long it's been going on. Because they gave Lobo a power ring at the end of that.
Yeah,
but I would
Lobo in some sort of canon is something DC's been looking to do.
I would love to have that universe continue because that's what Street Fighter would bring in, and they added Scorpion to Injustice as like a secondary
it was a DLC character.
He beat the shit out of Superman in the first one. It was awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles also got a little shout out in there, but they brought back Joker as a from the dead character, but they didn't bring back Shazam, and I thought that was a
I'm kind of
to me being a Shazam nerd. I thought that was really upsetting.
Are you actually excited for the movie?
Oh, I'm really excited.
It
I think
shows a lot from that. Did you read the New 52 version of Shazam?
I did. I have the graphic novel. I have the trade. I loved it. I know that's what they're basing the movie off of, just by like the first few scenes.
Yeah, God, I love that beautiful idiot. I'm gonna be so excited for that.
I think Zachary Levi is gonna bring a lot good to the table for that hero, and it's gonna bring. I'm hoping they use this movie, and I hope it's done well enough to where they can usher in a new era for these DC dumpster fires.
Because they need these new comedies. Because Aquaman came out, and of course, leave it to Aquaman to save the DCEU universe.
Oh yeah, no. I want to interrupt you here and stop talking smack on my boy Aquaman.
No,
if
Aquaman.
You think Aquaman, the cartoons they produced of him and like
him riding on a manta ray with two seahorses.
With two seahorses, yeah.
Don't think that of Aquaman. Read New 52 Aquaman by the ones or the ones that were illustrated by Ivan Reis. They might be the same one. Don't quote me.
Rocco's got a spear in
the
his
way
eye.
that they portrayed his character from there, and even in the new Justice, even in Justice League, they're doing him justice. Like he's a great character.
They're doing him justice in the Justice League.
I see what you did there.
But I actually, I didn't actually get to see the Aquaman movie, but I heard like amazing reviews about it.
That's another on my list.
You guys should check out this fatality that's about to come. Here it comes.
I'm ready.
Off with the face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's not done yet. Off with the front of the skull.
I love how he's still alive.
Brain and
lunchtime.
Chomp.
Oh my god.
See, that's when I saw that, I was like, I started questioning actually whether I wanted to not get this game because I don't know if I could ever fight Baraka.
That convinced me why I need to buy this game.
Yeah, well,
talking about?
I'm like, I'll be honest, like with that game, that scares me. Like it's that good to the fact where it literally like it startles me a little bit, and I think that's just a testament. It's just showing that Mortal Kombat seems that they're getting it together what they've envisioned from the 90s and stuff.
Well,
so.
MK9 was really, really well done. It was a good. I'm not entirely sure if it's true, but it seemed like a remake of the first one, or at least the second one.
I think it was a new storyline. They tried to redo the storylines from.
Yeah.
There's a whole canonical timeline that I reviewed. I couldn't tell you it from the beginning, but all I know is it does have a pretty interesting storyline. So take that from somebody who's somewhat of a Mortal Kombat novice when it comes to the canon. But from the gameplay look, it looks like it's going to give a new birth to the FGC, which with anybody out there, it's the Fighting Game Championships. But to piggyback off of that,
nerd.
Yeah, thank you. So fighting games have been even more in depth with professional wrestling recently, and what I've seen is that you see guys like Cody Rhodes, Xavier Woods, like all these guys that are like pretty heavy gamers, like they're getting like invitations to these events. You see them dress up in cosplays when they go there.
Crews.
Yeah, we do need more Terry
Ronald
Crews.
Rousey.
Speaking of Ronda Rousey, Sonya Blade is voiced by Ronda Rousey in this game, which I think is very, very big.
And in the gameplay reveal of Ronda Rousey's character, who is Sonya Blade, she fights against Scarlet, who's evidently a returning character. I don't remember her from MK9. She was evidently DLC along with Rain and Freddy Krueger, which was an interesting
Definitely
choice.
something that you enjoyed as a horror movie.
Well,
enthusiast.
so MKX had Jason Voorhees, they had Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw series. They had Predator, and they had Alien, Alien was basically a copy and paste of Baraka because he had the forearm blades that like shoot out of his and evidently he was really broken, but I think the farthest I went with DLC was buying Predator, who was the second of the DLC characters. Yeah. But they also had a bunch of Mortal Kombat original characters that were in the DLC. But I don't remember.
Speaking of Predator, did anybody see the new one that just came out? I heard it was garbage.
I heard it was Garbo too.
Because the thing is, though, they built it up really well. Too.
Yeah.
Because I was like, maybe this will be different. No, they're never different. Just stop making them.
I feel like remakes or continuations of these 80s franchises are just really drawn out and really poorly done.
Because Alien vs. Predator was the same thing. It had like this huge build up. Everybody was excited for it. And I was like, oh, this is bad.
And then you get
it's PG-13. Why?
And then you're getting these prequels
sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but the second Alien vs. Predator, I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, no, I did.
The entire movie was shot into the dark. You could only see reflections off of like the Predator's helmet.
Well, because isn't CGI easier to do in the dark?
Probably.
But there wasn't a lot of CGI.
They probably had a budget of $6. So
if anybody could let us know if there is a correlation between that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Because I know that, because I don't want to bring it back to this, but I think you even said that's why Venom was like, why most of the shots were like in the dark.
Venom had a high budget because of Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, though, Venom, everybody didn't like Venom already because of the lack. It was because of Sony and the lack of representation for Marvel.
Yeah,
Venom can't.
Well, I think that's also because of Marvel.
He can't stand alone.
Had a budget of $40
Venom
million.
can stand alone in the comics.
How much?
Venom
can,
but the thing is that you need other superheroes with him.
Well, Venom can, let's put it this way. Venom's going to get a lot of good like mainstream time because Donny Cates is writing him.
Yeah.
If Donny
Cates is also
Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost.
Well, I'm not going to bring up Cosmic Ghost Rider as much as I want
because you know how many prints of that first issue got at least 4 reprints, which is phenomenal. So that means you do well.
Not only is there the New Guardians, which has Cosmic Ghost Rider along with a bunch of others.
It's on my pull list.
Yeah,
that will be on my pull list.
Yeah, and what's the other one? Oh yeah, he kills off the Marvel universe. Donny Cates isn't writing that though.
No, but Donny Cates also wrote Thanos, which is very good, which is where you get Cosmic Ghost Rider from.
Yeah, that was a
I highly recommend you guys read that. It'll give a lot of insight into the backstory of that character.
Was freaking brutal.
I think one of the comic books I really want to get into, especially, is the Vader comics. Because I've seen so much.
Very good.
That's the one where he literally just stands and he's just like, I'm not surrounded by.
All I'm surrounded by is dead men.
Yeah, fear and dead men, and I'm just like, oh, that's. So
and what I like is that it's canon, so you get some more You're gonna get some stuff that'll actually apply to the storyline and like any of the books you bought before.
Yeah.
Or you might have bought like I did.
When people say what they want as like a standalone movie for Star Wars, one of the things I really want to see is Vader between episodes 3 and 4, and basically watch as like the Empire takes over the galaxy.
Have you watched
really
Rebels?
Low on their list.
I watched parts of Rebels.
That's that's pretty much where you get that from.
Rebels was good.
Rebels offers a lot of what Darth Vader does.
Clone Wars was shit.
Dude, Clone Wars is coming back. You didn't see
Yeah,
that?
but it's on Disney's paid
streaming
service.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, if Dave Filoni is behind it, we're good.
Yeah.
As long as Dave Filoni is
Filoni.
doing it. Don't you dare talk about Dave Filoni like that.
I like Filoni.
Felonious.
What I would want from Star Wars, and what I want what they did with Rogue One. I want today's modern CGI, today's modern like
kind of like
budget.
a war movie.
You want
type
Rogue
thing?
One?
Rogue One was.
I loved
I liked Rogue
I
One
have
because
to
it didn't
disagree
have
with you.
like.
Because you know why?
I hated that movie.
Because I got to see an air battle with my favorite fucking.
They
like,
used a lot of the people
with
from
these hero
episode 4.
destroyers, with the fucking like calamari cruisers.
He got to see his favorite fucking in that movie. It was awesome.
Who was that? Who boned in that movie?
Cassian Andor and Jen Erso.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah,
probably not. I don't know. I
that
saw the
never
movie
happened.
once because I hated
They just
it.
kissed at the end. Of
I'm
it,
one
and
of
then
the. I
they blew
think
up.
I'm one of the unpopular.
What'd you think of Solo?
I loved Solo, and that's
See,
because
you are the weirdest person now.
That's because
I can't imagine somebody who didn't like.
No, he's fine.
Oh,
You're fine on audio. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's gonna be yelling.
Yeah.
I can't understand why
You peaked there.
you wouldn't like Solo.
why
Why you would like Solo?
Okay.
I got trailed off. Why you would like Solo but wouldn't like
You want to know why? Because it's the first movie to tap into the extended universe, and that was big.
Solo?
That's
or Rogue?
big. Solo.
Solo.
Because it tapped into anything that happened in Clone Wars and Rebels.
So we had to stop recording for a second because Michael Sisto had to get had food delivered,
And then Indy
So-
went crazy.
and the local dog began to freak out.
So we
shout
gotta-
out to Indiana.
So we had to sum it up. Sisto did like Solo, but did not like Rogue One. I did like Rogue One on the sole fact of having those special effects with, like, I'm all about like
Battles.
space.
Yeah, you like the air battles.
Oh my god, they were so fucking good.
You know what I want to see, and
I
finish
want
with
that
this?
back.
I want to see a movie that follows the 501st.
Yeah, that won't happen. I want it.
Oh
to,
no, we would never.
Again,
That's
Clone Wars.
but you got a lot of
leave me alone.
you got a lot of EU to read, and I can always suggest some stuff for you.
All right.
All right, so this
Moving
is my
on.
favorite part. I've been wanting to do this. I want to do the Razzie nominations.
Okay.
Can we start with the Oscars first?
Oscar nomination.
You got to go bottom up.
Ugh.
Fine. All right.
So
Suck the fun out already.
So we're our main topic of conversation is that last week the Oscar and the Razzie nominations were announced.
If you don't know what a Razzie is, it's the opposite of the Oscars, basically. I know some people don't know what the Razzies are. It's like worst picture, worst director, worst actress.
Fun fact: Adam Sandler is the only person to win a Razzie for both worst lead male and female.
Jack and
actors.
Jill.
Yes, it was Jack and Jill. He was nominated for the worst actor and actress of a feature film.
Can we
Did he
fact
accept
check
the
if he
award?
won a Razzie for The Cobbler? Because that movie sucked too.
Yeah, the cop was really bad. All right, let me. Do you mind if I
terrible.
read, or do you want to take the lead?
You can. I mean, you have the paper.
All right.
ahead.
Aha! I have the power. So we're gonna do Best Picture first. Black Panther, Black Klansman. That was
Which I
the
saw.
Spike Lee movie. I loved it.
It was
Bohemian-
joint.
Bohemian Rhapsody, which Rotten Tomatoes snubbed, but they had an amazing audience review.
What they give
Yeah.
it? What did Rotten Tomatoes give it?
They give it like a 60-something.
You're
Hold on.
kidding me.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, double check the percentage.
Oh, it's because a lot of people that reviewed it were upset that they skipped over a lot, but it was shoving like 30 years.
Yeah, there's so much of Freddie's life you have to.
Well, I've been hearing rumblings that they were going to try and make a sequel too. I mean, but
Bohemian
The-
Rhapsody 2.
The tomato meter gave
Freddie
Bohemian
Mercury appears in
Rhapsody.
Endgame.
I mean, he doesn't die in the end of Bohemian
yeah,
Rhapsody.
yeah.
Does
But Live Aid was kind of his last.
he still lived for like 5 more years? Three or 5 more years. Live Aid
There
was in
was-
'85,
there was a
July
touching
13th,
moment.
1985, I think.
With him and Ellen John, too.
By the way,
So-
Live Aid, one of the
Remember
greatest
the Elton
live
John
concerts
movies coming
ever.
out, yeah.
Phil Collins started off his day in Wembley.
U2 was in Live Aid.
Then, they went.
yeah.
They did like a 14-minute rendition of a song. It was nuts. But Phil Collins started off in Wembley, the first half of Live Aid, then flew all the way to Philadelphia to do In the Air Tonight later that day, which I think was pretty impressive.
So I want to bring up Barstool.
I guess you could say he was in the air that night because he flew with a plane.
Oh my dear God! So before
you
you
can
get
wipe
into
off
that,
that
Mark,
grade.
My arms are tired.
I just want to say like what you said. So
God,
the
I hate
tomato
you,
meter
Marcus.
gave it a 62% and an audience score of almost 90.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm sorry, we got distracted. Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite,
Which I'm not familiar with.
no, Green Book,
Also not familiar with.
Roma. I saw ads and I was fascinated by the fact that I saw it everywhere but never watched it.
Roma
I
was
saw the best
a
of.
Netflix exclusive?
Yeah. A Star Is Born, which I haven't seen.
I loved. And when I get a copy, we're definitely watching it. Because I know you and Sisto are both criers, and that ending is...
I am not a crier.
Wait, what movie?
Oh, I'm a huge crier.
A Star Is Born.
I actually can't. The thing is, though,
You
I
put
can't
any
like
crying
sob and I'll
movie-
tear up.
You put
Red
any...
Dead did that to me. I'm not gonna do spoilers. Red Dead did that to me. I don't know if I can watch A Star Is Born.
I
Yeah,
never.
the
I
ending was
actually
rough.
I never watched it yet, but I heard it was amazing.
You
Yeah,
put
it
any
was-
movie in front of me that's considered a guy cry, I'll find a way to cry.
And the last one, which I hope actually wins, is gonna be my pick, Vice.
Ooh.
Really?
I want Vice to
I enjoyed
win.
Vice.
So let me ask, because you usually don't see it. How did Black Panther make it?
Sit up, please.
Because like Marvel movies, you really don't see as Oscars.
I think
so
Black Panther made it because of the hype of a culturally diverse movie. I don't want to get into that, but that's probably
I mean,
why
yeah.
it hyped up.
I think that's
and
also
it broke
what with-
records.
yeah, with
And
Black
it was an
Klansman,
awesome
too,
fucking
I would
movie.
say,
It
yeah.
it's out
it
there.
should definitely receive the recognition of what it accomplished.
Oh yes, definitely.
And I want a Marvel movie to take home an award.
But one of the things
And
you see
Other
from
for
like
best
Oscar
soundtrack.
movies,
Yes.
one of the things you see from Oscar movies usually are more like they're poetic and figurative meanings. For instance, like when you compare, let's say, if Black Panther won the Oscar to A Shape of Water, or what won the year before, like with the whole Steve Harvey thing.
Birdman?
No,
Steve.
Steve
Harvey.
As
Harvey
Birdman.
attorney at law.
That's exactly what was going through my head.
It was.
But Birdman was a great movie.
it was.
Steve Harvey
I know
Wasn't
that
it? It was
shit.
Moonlight and then something else.
Moonlight won, but they announced that Shape of Water was the
No,
winner.
no. It wasn't A Shape of Water and then Moonlight. It was like
Didn't Three
Moonlight and
Billboards-
something else.
Shape of Water.
Three
took a lot of
Billboards,
the
right?
chunk. So
Oh no, it was
3 Billboards.
No,
No, it was Billboards was last year. It was
I can look it
Great
up.
movie,
like,
by the
what
way.
is that? The musical in like the 60s and
I know what you're talking about. It was with Emma
oh my
Stone,
God,
wasn't
why
it?
can't I remember this?
The Help.
Yeah,
You was kind. You was...
the Human Centipede 2.
Oh, La La Land.
La La Land.
Yeah.
Ah,
how did you connect
Jake
that?
Gyllenhaal, right?
What?
Wasn't Jake
The human
Gyllenhaal in that movie?
centipede. I got distracted reading the list. Hold on. All right, so best director. I know we won't know the majority of the list. It's also the same one for best picture. I honestly would want Spike Lee to get notarized at the Oscars.
Spike Lee would be amazing.
There was like a movie not a lot of people remember, but Miracle at St. Anna.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That
Great
was such a good
war movie. Great movie.
You know what was a great war movie? And a lot of people don't. I feel like nobody recognizes
Is it
it as
Ants?
much. It's
Space Jam.
Ants.
Ants. It is.
It
Ants.
is.
Hacksaw Ridge was really
Yes.
good. Hacksaw Ridge was like good because it didn't even take. It wasn't a 100% war movie. It showed like 50% like the life of that person.
Became Spider-Man. It was about Uncle Ben.
Chris is just like glaring at him right now.
Moving on.
Yeah. Jeez.
So,
There's gonna be a
there's
lot
that.
of glaring at Marcucci. I'll try to audio that as much as I can.
So read off the other directors. I'm curious to hear.
Alfonso Cuarón. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. Alfonso, I'm sorry.
Alfonso Ribeiro.
I'm also apologizing for this one too. Yorgos Lanthimos. He's the one.
Did
that
you just
directed
cast a
The
spell on me?
Favorite. Yes.
Isn't he the guy from World at War?
That was Rick Defin.
Spike Lee, Adam McKay for Vice.
Oh, so you're reading off Best Actors now, right?
No, Best Director.
So basically,
Oh,
like you said, it was all the movies that won that are going for
Powell
Best Picture.
Powell Polakowski. Cold War. I'm hoping that's a Russian.
Okay,
film.
just say this. How about this? The director for blank. The director for blank.
All right.
Well, so what usually happens at the Oscars is that Best Director and Best Picture tend to go hand in hand. So whoever wins as Best Director, a lot of times gets Best Picture, but that doesn't happen all the time. I know it was recent that happened. My voice is cracked. I'm 21, still going through puberty.
Yes, you are.
Nobody look at me.
Yeah, Captain Adam's apple.
All right.
So anyway,
I do Best Actress.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry for these names. Hopefully, Yalitza Epicoca doesn't send me hate mail. Yalitza Aparicio. I'm assuming that's Italian. Glenn Close, the wife. I can actually pronounce that one.
Oh my goodness.
His brother's Ben Farr.
I swear to fucking God. Olivia Colman, the favorite. Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born.
She was great.
I heard she was amazing.
I honestly wouldn't be shocked if she
This
won.
is actually a first, too. Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me?
I thought you were going to say Happy Time Murders.
So
Melissa McCarthy is nominated for an Oscar for another movie, and then nominated for a Razzie.
Then I hope she wins, and I hope she gets. The
I hope she gets
Razzie too.
both.
Not to spoil the Razzies that we're about to talk about, but
Alright, no, I'm voting for Melissa McCarthy just on that basis. That
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, 'cause I heard
I
that
give
was a
it-
very emotional movie for her.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Best Actor.
So wait, real quick, before we get into it, what was A Star Is Born actually about?
So Bradley Cooper wants to go to a Phillies game, but didn't want to go alone because he had an extra ticket.
Oh my
Can
god.
I
That's
kill you?
Silver Linings Playbook. That's Silver Linings Playbook.
I like he looked straight at me to explain it. So really,
So
what was it
Jennifer
about?
Lawrence couldn't make it, so he asked
so-
Lady Gaga.
Bradley Cooper.
And then the star was born.
Bradley Cooper is this. I think he's more of a country singer with a lot of baggage. He's an alcoholic, and he's kind of had a rough life. And he during one of his after a concert, he's looking for a bar, and he comes upon a bar that was having a
Open mic type thing.
I'm pretty sure it was a gay bar actually. And,
Okay.
because I remember a lot of cross dressers.
Mm-hmm.
So he sees Lady Gaga perform, and he's completely held captive by her voice. He's really he becomes completely enamored with her.
Yeah.
And then their relationship progresses, but he's trying to stay. He's trying to distance himself from his alcoholism and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more or less about his struggles, while Lady Gaga is becoming a star. She's the star that is born because she comes from him. And I know I'm really describing this movie terribly, but
He's really in love with this movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really.
But I heard this movie was amazing, and this is definitely a movie I want to
It's
see before.
essentially about Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga's relationship as they both are stars in their respective field. But Bradley Cooper's time as a star is declining, and he's falling into alcoholism, while her stardom is just starting. She's a rising star,
And it's Born, the star.
There's a
supernova.
massive explosion. At the end.
However,
At their radioactive factor.
going back, I feel like if Bohemian Rhapsody has been nominated for Best Picture, right? We just went over that, right?
So I'm gonna go to Best Actor too.
So
No,
well,
Best
can I-
Actor. Yeah.
I'm going to put an objective here. I don't think Bohemian Rhapsody is going to win because their director is actually going through a lot of accusations of rape.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's the director for that again?
Let me look it up. But he's currently being accused of rape.
Wait, who is this?
I hope that doesn't snub because he's getting a lot of stuff for. Yeah, the director's going to get a lot of accusations for that. That shouldn't snub the actors.
Probably
Now-
going to happen though.
Yeah, if he's not going to get it for director, I don't care. I'm actually more concerned for Rami Malek because he does deserve
Exactly.
an
I was
Oscar.
going to say, it was like Rami
Because
Malek
Freddie
is definitely
Mercury-
my front runner.
Freddie Mercury is a difficult fucking role. It's like whoever's
have to
gonna
play
fill
him.
in for whenever a Barack
But
Obama movie
he
comes
was
out.
fired during filming. I'm pretty sure.
But
Yeah, but he's being accused of sexual
Then he
misconduct.
wouldn't get it, and if he did, that's going to cause a lot of backlash.
I'm going to be really surprised if he does.
If that shouldn't be the reason for Rami Malek getting snubbed, though.
Mm-hmm.
I know but here's the problem, because he has a lot of people going up against him.
Yeah.
I'll read that. Christian Bale for Vice.
Oh.
Christian Bale played Dick
Cheney.
Batman Cheney so goddamn well.
It's honestly a toss-up for me. I want to see Dick Cheney.
Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born. Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, which I also want him to win.
See, I'm never going to trust William Dafoe again after...
Dude, Eternity's Gate made me, like...
There was a film that... God, what was the film? Do you remember us sitting in the basement and watching the intro to it? Hold on, let me... It was this film where the intro...
You're dead, Parker.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Scene for some reason, like a while ago, I just remember Willem Dafoe just talking Green Goblin's voice and just going to...
Wait, are we talking about Willem Dafoe?
Yeah.
Are we talking about the movie that you did?
Antichrist.
Yeah, I was about to say Antichrist!
Yeah, so this...
The movie with the...
So the opening...
Oh, I'm thinking of the video you edited.
Yeah, in one of my editing classes, I have so whoever saw Antichrist, the opening scene, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I had to edit as a project for one of my classes my own version of the scene, whether it be comical or dramatic. And the scene is supposed to be dramatic because it's about this couple that is busy having sex as their toddler child climbs up onto a table, opens a window, and takes a dive off of 7 stories. And
Could have landed in the snow.
You can tell it's a real feel good movie.
Please don't tell me you turned that into a comedy.
So
Wait, Munchie never watched the video?
I don't. I wonder if I have it on my Google.
Can we pause right there?
Not only did you made that for a project in college or high school?
College. It had to be college.
And
Trust me.
I have a buddy of mine in college, Cal, and he made a project for putting Starship Troopers as a teen comedy.
Oh my
And
God.
it was the whole like intro and everything, and edited to "I'm Walking on Sunshine" right up until Diz dies, like it's split in half, and it's like the tune to "I'm Walking on Sunshine," and I couldn't have laughed harder.
Yeah, I made it into a.
Do you have the video?
I don't have it.
Damn.
All right, I'll watch it and I'll give feedback.
So I'll tell you what happened. So as the kid is falling out of the window, the second floor he smacks onto the concrete. It cuts to Obi-Wan jumping in onto General Grievous with the hello there.
That's so bad.
Hello.
And then there's another shot in the scene of when William Dafoe and his wife are
Literally having
in
sex.
the act of love, they have an extreme close-up shot. I don't know if it's actually William Dafoe's unit, but it was an explicit shot of a.
Basically, he's thrusting in her.
I know they did it because those when they do when actors do their IMDb reads.
Yeah.
I can't remember who hosts it.
But
they do. Jack Black's is great. They did Willem Dafoe's too, and he said no, that was not my penis.
Anyway, it's a slow mo of a thrust, and as the thrust is going in.
Oh God! I don't need audio detail. I get it.
No, actually, so it's the scene, the final scene in Spider-Man where he calls his glider, and Spider-Man does the backflip. So the second he does the black backflip, and the glider goes on.
He goes like, "Oh!"
I cut to the footage of the original movie, and you just hear, "Oh!" Yeah, it was. I remember my professor.
How can we put that in the podcast?
I remember my professor just going.
There will be a link dump for that.
So
I'll just give you an A. Delete this off your computer now.
So the rest of the best actors after Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
Rami Malek, who I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for he wins, but he's going against a lot of careers seasoned actors. And
You make it sound like Rami Malek's a rookie.
Viggo Mortensen in Green Book too.
Viggo Mortensen did really well in that movie.
It's Viggo.
For best supporting actress, Amy Adams, because she just has to be in everything.
She's always
in Vice. Oh my God, Marina de Tavira and Roma.
Use your big boy voices.
Marina de Tavira in Roma.
Cool.
Regina King, if Beale Street could talk. Emma Stone in The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz in The Favorite. Ooh, Rachel Weisz is in there.
Oh, Rachel Weisz?
Yeah, from The Mummy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who you're talking about.
How do you not know? You never watched
Which one?
The Mummy?
The first one or the second one? Because I think
she's been both.
I thought there was a different.
There's
woman.
a third one where she's not in.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
We don't talk about the third one.
What was the
The
third?
third one
Oh,
that's
that
actually
was
not about mummies.
Brendan Fraser, who?
Don't bring that up.
Cowboy Brendan Fraser.
That
That's
was
my
about the
favorite
Terracotta
photo.
Army, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with mummies.
Yeah, it was zombies, wasn't it?
Wait, no, that wasn't the third one. Was
Okay, no. The
Yeah,
first one and
the third
second
one
one
was
were
the
about
Terracotta
mummies.
Army.
The third one
I
was in
thought that was
China.
the fourth one.
There's no fourth one.
There's
You're
the
talking about
new
Tom
one.
Cruise. Shut the fuck
Yeah, you're talking
up.
about the new
Maybe
one.
it was my fever dream that I had.
I'm gonna look up the IMDb or the Rotten Tomatoes for the new Mummy.
Okay, so
Oh, it got absolutely
Yeah, it got
poopied
tanked.
on.
my favorite thing was the Tumblr post, where it was
post.
just here's my version of what the mummy should have been. Tom Cruise opens a sarcophagus and Brendan Fraser shoots him in the face. The female lead asks, "How did you get here?" He says, "Well, it's a long story," and then plays the mummy.
Oh my god. So for the new Mummy in 2017, the tomato meter gives it a 15%, but the audience score redeems it with a 35%.
Oh,
That's
wow.
double the score.
Man.
So, all right. So best supporting
That's
actor.
still better than Holmes and Watson.
Oh.
Adam Driver might win this one
For which one?
for best supporting actor.
Yeah, he was
Mahershala
good.
Ali, Green Book. Adam Driver for Black Klansman. Sam Elliott might win it too for A Star Is Born. He was
He's up for Big Lebowski?
Sam Elliott has like the best fucking voice to me. I don't know why.
Because it's deep
It's so
and majestic.
like
Come
low
on,
and
dude.
badass.
You ever watch The Ranch?
Yeah,
man?
and he's
Let me give you-
constantly used for boomer posting.
Let me give you life advice with my whiskey.
I think he's also the one of Chrysler or like Dodge.
Yeah,
For like
Dodge, tough.
yeah, there we go. The Ram. He does the Dodge Ram commercials.
Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell should win for Vice because him as fucking Bush was
Yeah,
so
that was pretty good.
goddamn funny.
Yeah, the movie, like, I know there's a lot of division over that movie.
Yeah, because it's
Well, I mean, it is a political, but political movie. But just besides that, a lot of people didn't like the pacing of it. But I think the director did. What was it? The Big Short? Is that what the one with?
Yes.
See,
Christian Bale, Steve Carell, The Big Short. One of the,
Yeah, I don't-
very good movie. The finance major movie.
Yeah, I had to watch that for
any finance major project probably has to do with The Big Short.
Yeah, I had to watch that movie for a finance class, and it just completely flew over my head.
Yeah. You have to watch. It's one of those movies that if you're not a finance major and can't pick up on some of the terminology the first time, you kind of got to go back
But
and
you
watch
had Margot
it to catch
Robbie
it.
explain it to me. That's
so unless
Margot Robbie?
wasn't it Margot? Wasn't
Nah,
Margot
I think
Robbie
Margot
the-
Robbie was in Wolf of Wall Street.
No, wasn't Margot Robbie one of the people that was like she was in a bathtub explaining
I
like
don't
economics?
remember.
Wasn't
Oh
she?
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Come to think of it.
So I don't want to hit
Yeah.
up all the little awards, but there's a couple I want to talk about. Unless you
I know
got
Solo's up for.
Solo's up for an award. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. If you guys didn't watch it, was a really weird like 6-part movie. Well, it was like one movie and like 6 mini stories, like a book kind of thing. You know.
Okay.
So is it kind of like, I guess, Battlefield 1, you would say?
Battlefield 1. Yes.
Yeah, so
And
it's like-
put it in a movie.
It's
though.
one campaign, but it's like 6
Yeah,
different
exactly
stories.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
What?
Battle of
No,
Buster
I-
Scruggs.
Oh, I thought you
won
said
Best Adapted
Fast
Screenplay.
Difference.
I think it deserves that. But they also won for Best Original. I'm trying to find it. Best Original Song. I'm surprised Spider-Verse didn't get in it.
Spider-Verse actually is in the Oscars for
It's
something. I think.
nominated for
Best
animated movie.
Yeah, Best Animated Movie, which it should
Which
win.
it will win.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, it
definitely.
will win.
Oh, yeah.
The movie's one of the highest rated Rotten Tomatoes films of the year.
All the
It's got like
stars.
92.
All the
92.
this is for Best
Yeah.
Original Song. All the stars: Black Panther, I'll Fight from RBG. What's RBG?
Red versus Green.
Shut. The place where lost things go from Mary Poppins Returns.
I did not like Mary Poppins.
Shallow from A Star Is Born.
No.
And this is going to be my favorite. When a cowboy trades his spurs for wings from the Ballad of Gruster Scruggs. And
that is the official Choose Your Characters nomination there is...
When the cowboy
Real quick, before we talk about anything, I just wanted to
wings.
correct Sisto real quick. Spider-Verse does not have a 92 right now on the tomato meter. It has a 97. That's amazing.
I'll take that correction.
I'm actually surprised.
That's amazing for an animation.
Doesn't Post Malone's score there count as an original score? I'm actually surprised.
I think it was. I think him and Sway Lee. I think they released it beforehand.
Did Post Malone do something for Spider-Verse? I didn't see Spider-Verse.
Wallflower, I think was the name of the song.
Sunflower. Sunflower, I think, was actually because when you click on Sunflower, it says a song for Spider-Verse.
I don't like modern stuff at all.
I know Vince Staples had an original song.
I love Post Malone.
All right.
Vince
So
Staples.
I'll skip over the little stuff. Chris really wants to do this. I'm really excited for it. We got to go to the bottom of the barrel. My favorite time of year, the annual Razzie nominations.
Yay! All right, so we're on to the Razzies.
My favorite time of year.
And Chris is walking away from the microphone.
Well, he has to guard
just so she doesn't have any distractions.
Yes, we currently have an audience member. It's a 8-month-year-old pup. Or
8-month-year-old.
8-month.
Shut up!
Hey!
All right, so we're going to do the Razzie nominee.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Special mention to Indy, who's watching from the rafters there. So worst picture is Gotti, who no one watched.
Yeah, and Travolta blamed the critics for the reason why that movie didn't do well. Which is exactly what critics. That's kind of what happens when your movie gets pooped on.
The Happy Time Murders.
Dumpster
Holmes
fire.
and Watson.
Dumpster fire.
I'm gonna. Gotti currently has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So does Holmes and Watson, doesn't it?
Holmes and Watson's like up to a 6.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Big improvement off of last week.
Robin Hood, which is kind of a shame because I liked Eggsy from. You had him, you had Jamie Foxx.
That movie made pennies too.
But when the thing is
10%.
though, you stop rehashing Robin Hood. You had two great leads in a movie that just shouldn't have been made.
Yeah.
And Winchester, which was a failed horror movie with Helen Mirren.
Mike, I know you definitely have some input on Winchester.
I saw a preview for it when I think I was actually seeing The Nun, which was also a terrible movie. I'm really surprised it's not on the Razzie list. But I saw a preview of it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I didn't hear anything else about it until it appeared on the Razzies. So yeah, I'm guessing it failed because I didn't hear a single thing about it. Let me look. Winchester, 2018. It currently holds a 13 on Rotten Tomatoes, which give or take with everything you do with horror movies, they never tend to do well.
I'm voting for Happy Time Murders or Holmes and Watson because Will Ferrell, seasoned comedian. So is John C. Reilly, but John C. Reilly has an opportunity to make a fantastic movie this year. Stay away from Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell hasn't had a good movie in a minute.
Nah.
I don't think he's had a good one since Step Brothers.
Really?
What were some of the movies that came out since
Elf?
Step Brothers?
Was Elf after Step Brothers?
I believe so.
No,
Elf
was 2005, I think.
I think it was 2003. I think it was earlier.
2008.
So
Elf.
there's
Will Ferrell.
So in the meantime, I'll read Best
It
Actor.
came out 2003.
For Gotti,
Okay.
the critic consensus is forget about it. That's it.
Yeah,
Just
because it's about
that
the
word.
American. It's about the American mafia.
It's at 0%, and actually, John Travolta was in another movie called Speed Kills in 2018, and it also too got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Man,
Dude, Scientology does that to you, man.
I got chills multiplying,
And I'm losing control.
'cause my Rotten Tomato scores are dumpster fire. It's
Electrifying!
So worst actress, Jennifer Gardner, for Peppermint. Which, if you guys don't know, it was literally She wakes up from a coma. But the plot of Peppermint was she wakes up to a coma, her family's dead, so she has to take revenge.
Wait,
and
what?
that's the movie.
On what? The coma?
Oh, guess your coma.
Darn this hospital equipment.
She actually takes it against social health care.
Dude, she beats herself back to death because she's trying to get back to the coma.
Back to the coma.
I'm going to beat it again.
It's a 3-second
you get a 0 on that one.
Just like Ghosts and Goblins. You got to try it again once you beat it.
Amber Heard. She was in Aquaman, right?
Amber Heard?
Amber Heard.
You're asking the wrong guy.
I never heard of her.
Shut your mouth.
Ah!
Yeah, they'll like dead air.
Shut up.
She gets that for London Fields. Melissa McCarthy, Happy Time Murders.
There it is.
So I heard like very mixed reviews real quick about it. So was Happy Time Murders really that bad?
It was about a puppet.
Well, I know.
Well, I get the premise. Where
It's about if Muppets go bad.
What if Muppets was an R-rated movie, and that's basically it?
Yeah.
Did you guys see it at all?
I didn't see it. I was going to see it because
I wanted to. I just wanted to because I thought it was going to be funny. The premise was good, and I'm just like, oh no, wait.
I do remember on like the debut trailer that it had, it showed the scene of the main character who is the blue detective guy in his office, and there's like a 5-minute scene of him just exploding everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're not gonna get into that. And
it was pretty disgusting.
It's a very bad movie.
Shameful one is Helen Mirren for Winchester because she's another seasoned actress. I always hate seeing seasoned actors and actresses go down the tube.
Absolutely.
And Amanda Seyfried in The Clapper, which I'm assuming is the movie of the invention of the clapper. Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't know what that is.
It's the biopic on the clapper.
I don't know if it is. All right, so worst actor, Johnny Depp.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Dead Men.
No. Sherlock Gnomes.
Oh my God! No!
This is why I didn't want to tell you because I was
man.
The page
Where's Robert Downey Jr. to make another one when you need him? Because that's the only good Sherlock that's not been on TV.
He is.
Yeah,
He's making one in.
It's currently in production.
Dude, Jude Law is gonna have a great going for him.
Will Ferrell for Holmes and Watson. John Travolta in Gotti.
Forget about it.
No, this is the best one. Donald J. Trump as himself.
Oh my God.
Death of a Nation and Fahrenheit 11/9.
Dude, Sherlock Gnomes had Johnny Depp, Emily Blunt, James McAvoy,
Wait,
Michael
what is
Caine.
This? Wait,
Michael
what is this?
Caine.
Ozzy Osbourne was in it.
Wait, what movie is
this? Sherlock Gnomes.
This is a really good lineup of people too.
It's got a 28 in Rotten
well, just
Tomatoes.
remember, Grown Ups had David Spade, had Adam
Grown
Sandler.
Ups 2 had a really good
James.
lineup.
I also want to say Bruce Willis.
Shaq.
Bruce Willis.
We put
nominated.
good in quotes
For what?
here.
Death Wish.
Really?
Which I'm surprised because that got a lot of like underground praise.
I guess the movie's gonna die hard.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering if you go back if Die Hard. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. If Die Hard 5 wasn't nominated for a Razzie, because God, that was an awful movie.
Let me look. I can check that now, but you can continue.
I want that. I want the poster from Die Hard 5.
So what is it?
That
Die Hard with a Vengeance?
No, Die Hard 5.
Is that all it's called?
A Good Day to Die Hard. That was actually.
Is that?
Yep.
Yeah, it's got a 14 right now. I mean, not that it's gonna move.
But the poster for it was Yippee-Ki-Yay, Mother Russia.
No,
he goes to Russia.
Oh my God!
I saw this movie.
He brings the battle to them.
You weren't there. I can't remember. I went with Jeremy, and we were just like, "Man, I'm really excited. Bruce Willis is back." And we all agreed when we left. We didn't even say it's like, "Oh yeah, it was all right," and then let it sink in that was bad. No, we agreed when we left. The movie sucked.
Oh my God, that's awful.
Yikes.
So what else do we have for our Razzies?
We're supporting actor Jamie Foxx in Robin Hood.
That's a shame.
It's the sole fact that it's a Robin Hood movie because you had, like I said, I keep making that premise. 2 great actors. You don't stop making Robin Hood fucking movies. Stop making Robin Hood movies.
So wasn't Errol Flynn playing Robin Hood at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they should have stopped.
Ludacris in Show Dogs.
I don't even know.
Ludacris voice only in Show Dogs. I don't know who's.
That means he voiced himself. I'm pretty sure.
Joe McHale in the Happy Time Murders.
He was the blue puppet.
John C. Reilly in Holmes and Watson.
Aww.
And Justice Smith in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Jurassic World was a stinker as well, in my honest opinion.
Jeff Goldblum couldn't save that movie.
Jeff Goldblum was in there for probably about 5 minutes of screen time, if that much. He was simply there just for the trailers. Yeah, that movie was. I'm sure they gave him a fat stack of Benjis, but
you really think Jeff Goldblum cost that much?
to get him to sign on to that movie, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, I also want to make a Mungie recommendation. Please listen to Jeff Goldblum's jazz album. It's underappreciated.
It is underappreciated.
No, don't you do it. It's great. Even if you don't like jazz, it's hilarious.
I'm not saying I don't like jazz. It's just it's the meme of it all.
So, worst supporting actress. Chris, you'll like this. Kellyanne Conway as herself in Fahrenheit 11/9. Marissa Gay Hayden, 50 Shades Freed. I didn't even know they made another one.
Yeah, that was the one.
That was the last one. Where
They made 3 of them, and the only one that got famous was 1.
Yeah,
was because of the media about
the books.
The book, like I've always heard the books were stinkers too. That it's porn. Which is porn is porn is porn, but like
does the same job.
Yeah, but like,
no matter how bad it is, I guess.
Oh no, I got a text message.
Mike's popular.
Yeah, remember when we said to mute the phones?
No, it was off my laptop. Sorry about that. But anyway,
Kelly Preston and Gotti, Jazz Sinclair and Slender Man. I forgot that came out.
Oh my god, I forgot about that too.
And guess who else made an appearance as herself, Chris?
Who?
Melania Trump.
Wait, so how did this all happen?
For Fahrenheit 11/9.
There's a lot of controversy that these.
Is that a Michael Moore film?
I think so.
It sounds like a Michael Moore film.
There's a lot of controversy about whether or not, like, them nominating Trump and Melania, if that's just because they can.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure in the
Fahrenheit
worst
made by Michael Moore, by the way.
Anyway, I'll go to the worst pair-ups because this is the descriptions for the worst screen combos are so funny. So any 2 actors or puppets, especially in those creepy sex scenes for the Happy Time murders.
See, I was still. Yeah.
Here, wait. This is it gets better. Johnny Depp and his fast fading film career.
Oh, man.
He's doing voices for oh god, I lost the ability to talk. I'm sorry. He's doing voices for cartoons for Cripe's sake, and that's the description for Sherlock Gnomes. I gotta watch this film.
The reason he does it is because of his kids. He wants to make movies for his kids to watch. I think it's an honorable thing.
Will Ferrell.
I've always heard that he was a dirtbag, so maybe it is, but you never know. I know.
Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, obviously, for trashing 2 of literature's most beloved characters, Holmes and Watson. I'm not adding edit. This is actually the descriptions for the Razzies. Kelly Preston and John Travolta getting Battlefield Earth type reviews.
Ooh. Yeah, if you don't know, well, yeah, Battlefield Earth is another one of John Travolta's infamously terrible movies.
Mm-hmm.
The movie is almost filmed entirely in Dutch angles, which are angles that are it's the camera's tilted to the side, so everything's like skewed to the left or the right. It's supposed to be artsy, but almost the entire movie is filmed in a Dutch angle.
Yeah, you only do that for like special moments or like
it's every once in a while,
scenes.
but like it's
for a whole movie. Just that movie makes people nauseous.
Well, yeah, and the movie doesn't make sense. Like I remember them making a comment about how the gasoline and like the jets they were flying. Well, no, it was like it's so many years into the future. It's like a few thousand years in the future.
Yeah.
And they went to go fly jets that have been sitting there since the invasion.
Mm-hmm.
And how the engine shouldn't be working because the half-life of the petroleum should not be working.
So how far was it in the future?
I don't know.
Long enough for that to be a problem.
Yeah. It takes a while for petroleum to like actually like sit and then not work, right?
Yeah, I remember
You're looking
that
at the former chemistry major here, man.
There's one more Razzie nomination for worst screen combo. Donald J. Trump.
No.
Wait.
Don't say it.
And his self-perpetuating pettiness.
Oh my god.
We see, this is what I meant, that like people were like thinking that the reason they nominated them was for political reasons.
But it's the Razzies. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a joke.
What I want to know is, when they actually win a Razzie, like, do they send the award to your house?
Oh, no. Like,
some people come in to accept it.
People show up to accept it.
Didn't Adam Sandler come in to accept one?
Probably. But, like, what they're... at least on a local radio show that I at least listen to, Preston and Steve, they're worried about the, like... that it's becoming too personal, that that people won't show up to get it, because like the stuff they like, especially like with like Johnny Depp, where like it was his failing career. Like, why would he want to show up and acknowledge that?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. It's literally Johnny Depp and his.
Well, we know if Cheeto Man wins, he ain't gonna be too thrilled.
Well, he's also lost the rights to Pirates of the Caribbean, which should have ended like 2 movies ago.
Oh, he lost the rights?
He's no longer Captain Jack Sparrow.
Well, yeah, they didn't sign him on for.
You know what they could do with Pirates of the Caribbean? They could go with different like storylines, like kind of like,
or stop making them.
He's Grindelwald.
Stop making them. Huh?
Well, I think if you told
Johnny
like,
Depp.
Really?
Yeah, he was in the new Harry Potter, which
I never watched.
No,
he was in the separate series.
Yeah, Fantastic
Beasts, which
it's within the same universe. But
yeah,
I gotta watch those movies.
Well,
they're very good.
The new one was a lot of filler. It was a lot of plot. It was like
it
was like Attack of the Clones. Let's say.
I would say it expands about that universe.
Are you calling Attack of the Clones the filler between 2 great movies? Because we're gonna have to have another discussion for another podcast.
Well, it's definitely filler between the events that started off like Anakin and.
It was basically space politics on screen.
But what about
Attack
Sand?
of the Clones?
Yeah, well, yeah. So it's I'll completely acknowledge,
but Sand.
I'll completely acknowledge the fact that movie is chock full of ripe memes. They're delicious.
The delicious.
Because look, the trilogy, the original trilogy is great. The prequel trilogy was bad, but in terms of meme economy,
it's great.
In terms of meme economy,
it's the hero.
It
It's the
reigns
hero.
supreme.
It's the hero Coruscant deserves.
Yes.
That way.
Yes.
Another reference to a movie. But I've always had a special place in my heart for both Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith, because I just genuinely liked it as a movie.
Are we talking about which ones were our favorite?
No.
I mean, if you want to bring it onto the
in terms of meme economy,
memes.
I like.
Although
memes?
Lately 3 has been getting a lot of meme love. With the high ground memes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been
seeing
that. High ground memes.
That and Hello There and
General
they're
Kenobi.
resurfacing again, though.
I'm surprised to be sure, but a welcome.
I've seen a lot of fine addition to my collection type memes with like
Time to
abandon. Time to abandon ship.
Here's the thing too, because Clone Wars gives what people really wanted. It's like, oh hey, Grievous was like a 5 freaking minute character in the movie. Let's make a whole series devoted to his wacky antics.
If you actually read
that's
the
literally
General
what
Grievous, like
him being the guy going, I wouldn't have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for
that
meddling Jedi.
Well, if you actually watch, like, if you read some of the lore behind General Grievous, it's actually like really sad. Like he was like, his planet was like against the Emperor, like the Emperor and stuff like that, or the Empire. And like,
well, his story starts a lot before the events of Phantom Menace.
Well, yeah, he was like brutal. He was apparently completely against Palpatine, and then Palpatine did like so much like enhancements to him, and actually changed the chemistry to his brain.
I think he was like he's a warrior on his own planet.
Yes, he was like,
and then he got brutally hurt, and he's kind of, I think he was revived. Yeah, so there's a lot of lore behind General Grievous, but. We'll talk about that.
All right, so we got the Oscars out of the way. We got the Razzies out of the way.
What we got next?
I'm rooting for you, Johnny Depp.
Let's hope you can turn it around.
Well, we'll definitely have a podcast dedicated entirely to Star Wars, because we are due for the trailer for episode.
It's every
9.
3 years, I think.
Right? It's coming out.
What do you think?
Coming out this December.
What do you think?
This December.
Yeah.
Wait, when did it be? I thought it was.
It's every 2 years. It's supposed to be this December, isn't it?
No, I don't think so, because
we just had Solo, so we're getting now a mainline.
No, I think like the fillers are different. Like for Force Awakens, it came out in 2014. The Last Jedi was 2017.
No, it was 2016.
We got Rogue One. We got Rogue One in 2015. 2016, we got Last Jedi. 2017, we got Solo. No, there is a year gap. We might have gotten Force Awakens in 2015.
It's definitely going to come out either the end of this year.
I'm almost positive it's supposed to come out in December. I can double check.
So, what's the next pile of article I want to share off with people?
Well, we have that. According to comicbook.com, the Black Widow movie might be Marvel's first rated R movie, which I'm guessing Deadpool isn't considered Marvel Studios.
No.
Well,
it's
yeah, I
Fox,
guess you could
21st
guess
Century
Fox.
Fox.
Fox
Yeah.
films.
It is their
Will they
intellectual
get it?
property.
I don't know, because Black Widow's going to be fucking brutal, and that's probably where the R rating
Is
comes
Black
in.
Widow still going to be played by Scarlett Johansson?
They don't even have anything for that.
Because if it isn't, I would be uninterested.
I think in the article it's all speculation, but according to comicbook.com.
My guess, if Black Widow gets her own movie, it's going to be an origin story, so I don't think Scarlett's going to be in it.
That is a shame.
Wait, what did
I think that is a shame.
That's going to be my speculation. I don't know if it's true, but if
Could
they're
you
going to make a
imagine
Black
any-
Widow movie...
I think it's going to be how like
By the
Solo
way,
was, where it
episode
didn't
9
have Harrison
is to-
Ford, but
Well,
it
you
technically
can't have
had.
an old ass Harrison Ford playing a young Han Solo.
Yes, he would have.
But it makes
if
sense.
they gave him enough money, he would have fucking did.
No, he would not have.
By the way,
No, he
episode
would
9
not
is
have.
coming out this year, in December 20th, 2019.
What is?
What is?
Episode 9 is coming out.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool.
Are we also getting a new Indiana Jones?
Probably.
Are we getting a new Indiana Jones?
I would
I
be
wouldn't.
surprised.
I wouldn't.
Because we got a new Blade Runner.
I mean, Harrison Ford,
Got a new
he's
Blade Runner.
crashed his last airplane, so he needs
Da, 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 da.
I remember when that came out, and all I'm picturing is when he crashed in the airfield. And then you just have like a bunch of Nazis
He's like,
just
"God-"
run after him in the golf course.
He's like, God damn it.
So Black Widow might
Yeah.
be.
So, like I was saying earlier, the speculation regarding that, it could be an original film, or not original film, I'm sorry.
I
it is
hope it's
film.
original.
Yeah, I hope it is too. It could be an origin story. That's probably the best place they're going to go, because Black Widow is
Yeah.
fucking brutal
Yeah.
as a character.
Yeah.
You got
And
all
I mean, that's definitely like an origin story I would like to see, because then it kind of enforces like how Black Widow is in like the Avengers timeline. How
Yeah.
like she kind of dulled herself down.
you
a
know what
little
Black Widow's like training and all that reminds me of?
What?
Hitman.
bit. Yeah.
Because
Because they're both, aren't they both Russian?
No, but it's Hitman's is what, like they call it the organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
something.
it's underground.
They have ties
dark.
to every government
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah. That'd be really cool. And also, like, speaking of that, I would definitely want to see somebody actually make like a decent Hitman movie. I don't know how that would work,
No,
because
the-
like
the first
the
one was
Hitman
okay.
the Hitman game was like amazing, but you can't really do that because it's little stories here and there.
There's been two.
The new one, the new of the reboots Hitman, which was just called Hitman, contrary to the other one, the other first one, which was just called Hitman. But the new one where it had it was more it was episodic rather than just a full game. That was fun. Hitman 2 was it shouldn't be considered Hitman 2 because it was essentially the same game.
Yeah. Well, it was like just an add-on, but it was
Yeah,
I'm
but
talking about
they
the
sold
film.
it as a
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the
$60
film, too.
AAA game, and it shouldn't have been. And it was only like 6 more episodes.
really that's it.
Yeah,
Damn.
and it's just that was.
I
me.
bought it on Black Friday though for like $20. So
Yeah, I got it cheap too. Thank you, G2A. Also, G2A, I'm gonna call out here. Like, so if you don't interact with your G2A account after 180 days, they charge you $2.
really, why?
Yeah. I don't know. They
G2A.
G2A. It's a website that you can post games that you bought on Steam.
I really hate to get sued on episode 1.
Why would I get? I mean, I'm not like. I mean, this is a call out. It's not like, you know.
What do you
I'm
think
allowed to
he's not
talk
gonna,
about it.
G2A's not going to fight you in the back alley. They're
Well,
going
I'm
to
not.
you a lawsuit.
I'm allowed to complain about it. I'm not like
Yeah.
spreading
Well, G2A,
rumors.
if you're listening, I'll give you Mike's address so you can send a lawsuit to him. I do not want to bear any losses here.
Yeah, no, I'm just listening. For
Yeah,
this.
we
Now,
just saw the big
personally-
bus and we threw you under
Personally,
it.
I've never used G2A because like it's kind of weird to because you don't get it from G2A, you get it from like other people. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, they're people.
I don't
it's
know.
essentially
Like I heard
eBay.
there's like it either goes like really good and you get like the bang for your buck, or it goes like really badly and they send you like a dull.
Oh,
code
I
or
had
something like that.
a moment of weakness and bought a key pack they had for it was supposed to be the top a key pack that guaranteed games from like the top like 20 of the most played games on Steam, and it wasn't.
Nothing. Oh, yeah,
I
definitely.
got 2 pinball games. So it was a pack of 5. I got 2 pinball games, two games that were puzzle games,
Uh-huh.
and one called The World's Greatest Adventure, which looked like it was made in
It was
Flash.
a nice spy game.
It looked like it was made in Flash.
Now, speaking of Steam, I think we should save this obviously for another episode that we talk about, but I definitely want to talk about at some point the consoles and all of what we can, because Steam is I don't know how Steam came to be, but I feel like it doesn't get enough
Steam's
recognition.
been around.
Steam gets a lot of credit.
Because
I
Valve
think you
had
don't
a lot
realize
of places,
that how much
had a lot of
money
good
they get.
games, and they wanted to make a marketplace.
How much they do, especially for the small gaming indie community.
They just know how to indulge into that.
Well, the
PC
indie community
culture.
is very big now.
Well, yeah,
indie games get more attention than AAA titles.
And I would definitely credit that to Steam, because with Sony, with Microsoft, people were nah, we're not going to publish your game and stuff like that. But then, but no, when Steam came out, if you wanted to post a game, they'd be yeah, there you go, you're good. And then I mean, with all
you got to see back then, indie games weren't worth playing.
Yeah.
Now, you have all these people going to school.
Well, I hate to use this.
Everybody. They had a great indie game that was a tank dating simulator.
Oh my
that
God.
just gets shoved under the water.
Now,
I'm kidding.
I actually want to use an example, and I know maybe one or two of you are gonna groan and moan. Five Nights at Freddy's. That would have not been big on the PS4. Or
that was
the
you
Xbox.
know what that is? Those are the original
that,
Fortnite kids. Or is the freaking Five Nights at Freddy's?
No, they started with
Except
Minecraft. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Minecraft was definitely...
Basically,
No,
Five
so
Nights shot off because of the lore.
Because you got all these little kids going, "Oh my God, Five Nights at
I
Freddy's!"
would say
and it's
Five
just
Nights
a
at Freddy's got a
Fortnite
lot
game.
of popularity because of streamers and YouTubers.
Oh yeah, Markiplier and stuff.
I feel like I just grayed from talking about this.
The first two Five Nights at Freddy's, before it went into the murky waters of being saturated by normies. I hate using that term, but
Please stop saying normies.
I mean, Mumsy gives me tendies.
Sleep.
But before it became somehow it captivated by the younger generations, it's really weird how it became that, because it wasn't marketed towards those kids, unlike Minecraft and Fortnite. But Five Nights at Freddy's, when it first came out, it was a horror game. It was meant for adults.
It was pretty good when me, Mungie, and our friend group
We
played
did
that.
not play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, we did.
No,
It
we
was
did
us.
not.
No,
It was us.
It was you
No,
guys.
no, but
No. I did not play Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's
He
not
says it like he's offended you, accused.
Well,
him.
Yes, because I
this
hated
is
that
the thing,
game. We
Because
did
when it
not
first
play
came
it.
out, our friend Jeremy was like, "Hey, do you want to play Five Nights at Freddy's?" I was like, "I don't know what that is." He's like, "It's just
play the FNAF game?"
Well, no, because if you know one thing about my friend Jeremy, he's not just a normie. He likes
Yeah, we gotta stop using that word.
Well, you know what I mean, right?
We don't say the
He
said
likes
word.
he
Let's
likes
put
casual games, and when we first played it,
from the
it
back.
was actually a scary ass
Can
game.
you put some respect on Jeremy's name here?
Okay, Jeremy.
Put some respect on Jeremy's
Shout out to
name,
Jeremy
man.
right now. What is he doing? He's
Well,
getting
we don't want to put in details of people we don't
Exactly.
know want to be put
Put
into
some
details.
respect on it.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Let's
That's all I'm
not
saying.
talk about him if we don't.
But
need to.
anyway,
I won't get
that
the
was
wrong idea.
it was a pretty good game, and it really utilized jump scares. But then after that, it just started to get watered down, because then Scott Cawthon was just like, "Oh, you like that? Well, let me make 5 more." And it's like,
I'm
okay.
gonna
what
call
came
out-
first? Five
I'm
Nights at
gonna
Freddy's
call
or
out the
Slender?
guys who made.
As
Slender.
I recall, Slender
Slender.
started that whole
If we're
jump
just gonna
scare
do
kinda-
call outs now, I'm gonna call out, make another Brothers in Arms.
Oh my god, make another Mercenaries game.
Make another
I
Battlefield Bad Company.
Yes. Yes.
I will-
Battlefield
Very-
Bad Company
Okay,
3
let's save this.
needs
Let's
to
save
happen.
this for another episode,
Alright.
because there's so
Are
much
we
we can do
wrapping
with
up?
video games.
Yeah, I think we should wrap up this first
All right.
one. So, thank you all for joining us on our maiden voyage. I can already
That's what
tell
you
you
wanna
there's
call it?
going to be some.
Are we setting sail? Are there
Yeah.
sea
Come
safeties?
sail away, come sail away,
Come sail away with me.
Lads.
But I can already tell there's going to be some audio errors. But, it's our first time doing this. So I appreciate to everyone that took the time to listen to us rant about things that don't matter.
Yeah, sorry if you're
They
driving
matter
on
to us.
295 and just hearing these loud audio rips when I freak out.
Yeah,
But hey, I'm keeping you up.
don't
That's what's all
don't
about.
drive into the median, please. So anyway, thank you all for listening.
Thank you guys.
I'm Mike Marcucci.
I'm Mike Manjoli.
I'm Michael Sisto.
And I'm Chris Lambert.
And thank you for listening. Have a good one.